Stalker 2 on its own is already a terrifyingly gorgeous, immersive world. That is, when it's actually functioning to do so. Whether it's the still kind of busted A-Life system, a game-breaking glitch that won't let you progress through the game, or just some of the performance issues that come with using UE5. While GSC is still hard at work fixing some of these issues, there are some mods that will help you with this. And there's new mods releasing on Mod Nexus every single day. Stalker has literally the strongest community in the gaming industry that I've ever seen. And I honestly don't think that Stalker 2 would be a thing without all the community over the years making mods and keeping the old trilogy alive for over a decade. And hopefully they'll continue to mod Stalker 2 and keep that alive for years to come. Because think what we can have in even a year's time. Like, we could have something like Anomaly starting to develop. A full-fledged Anomaly type mod is kind of a stretch though, but that will probably take a few years time to develop. But my point is, there will be some mods like crafting, possibly like completely revamping some of the systems in the game. So I've compiled a list of mods that I actually use in the game, whether it's features I've added to it to make it more immersive, some fixes to the economy, as well as performance issues. Now, while we're on performance, I have a Ryzen 7 7800 3DX and a RTX 4070 Super, and even I was having extreme stutter issues. It was so annoying, and I just could not figure out what to do. Every time I lowered my settings, the game just looked like shit to me. The only mod I ever use for this is Optimized Tweaks Stalker 2. As soon as I drop this thing into my mods folder, literally no stutters. And there's no cost to performance or graphic fidelity at all. This mod also has other versions you can download that are also downscalers if you have a lower end PC, which should aid immensely in getting you better performance. There's also tons of other mods on Mod Nexus to optimize Stalker 2 a little better, but that's just the one I use, as well as the most popular one on Nexus. Okay, so I play on veteran mode, and I don't know if most people know this, but whenever you go up in difficulty, the cost for repairs and everything go up immensely. Like, it's literally unrealistic to use the same weapons and armor and keep up with the cost of repairs. So the first mod I use to help with this is Reduced Repair Cost. And this mod can be customized. On veteran mode, I use the 40% cost reduction, which might sound like I'm trying to cheese the game, but literally it's still extremely hard to keep up with the cost of repairs. Speaking of repairs, I also have Reasonable Weapon Degradation by Vaxis. It feels like you can't shoot 3 magazines in this game without your weapon breaking. This mod does help with weapon degradation, but not by a whole lot, keeping the game a little bit more realistic. You can't customize this mod, but you can tell it's working because it's a little bit more reasonable, which I guess is why the mod is called Reasonable Weapon Degradation. The third and final mod I have to balance the economy is Increased Rewards. You can customize this one, but it just gives you more increased rewards for doing missions and side missions, as well as the barkeep missions. This one is customizable as well. I just have it on the 1.5 multiplier. It makes doing those lower end barkeep missions a lot more rewarding. Now, one thing that Stalker 2 is lacking from the original trilogy is the impressive AI. While the A-Life system has been improved upon in update 1.1, I've got to tell you, it's still a little bit busted. Now, the A-Life Extended mod is the most popular for this. It extends the range of which enemies spawn from offline mode, which is the enemy AI whenever they're not in your sight and not spawned in. So you can see these offline enemies whenever they're further off in the distance, so that the zone just feels a little bit more alive. Another big issue with combat in this game is the enemy AI aimbot situation. The low-level bandits with their little sawed-off shotguns can literally snipe you with them, which is extremely ridiculous. Maklane's Better Gunfights is a great solution to this issue. After installing this mod, I can confidently get out of cover and move to new cover without getting pelted by every single enemy in the area. It makes it seem like you can actually stand a chance against the monolith towards the end of the game in Pripyat. With all this shit I'm talking about the AI, GSC will be fixing a lot of these issues in the future, and I do have faith that they will. Now, with that being said, there are some features that will never see the light of day in a vanilla Stalker game without mods. But before we get into that, if you're enjoying the video, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be making a crap load more Stalker videos. And drop a comment down below if I missed any mods that you think should have been included in this list. And if not, tell me to take a bath with my red hot toaster. Now the first one, which I have no idea why it isn't in the game, which could be possibly improved on in the future, is Kenny's ledge grabbing. This mod actually allows you to be able to climb things that are a little bit taller than the player's knees. This is also a customizable mod, so you can customize whether or not you want to be able to climb things that are super high or just things that are like fences, cover, things that you should be able to actually jump over but you can't in the game, which is really stupid. I mean, this game did come out right before 2025, and vaulting over objects has been a thing in games for I don't even know how long. I mean, possibly 2 decades, which is why maybe it could be added into the game in a realistic fashion. Maybe they just didn't have time to implement it before launch. Okay, now to features that definitely will not come to the game. We're starting to see our very first look into repair system mods. It's not very extensive, but it's a start, which makes me very excited to see what will be implemented in the future. And that is the repair kit bundle. It brings all the repair kits we see in Anomaly and Gamma and other various mod packs, which brings tons of weapon and armor repair kits to the game. For now, it doesn't matter which repair kit you have. The more expensive and bigger ones will give you a higher percentage in repairs, but this is a huge step into the right direction. Now to get this mod working, you need 2 other mods installed: Extended Equipment and Technician Rework. They will make it so that your technician will also be a trader. And for now, that's the only way to be able to get these repair kits. As far as I know, you cannot just find these out in the zone. But the technician will sell these repair kits, weapon attachments, backpacks, ghillie suits. You can put the backpack in your artifact slot so that you can carry more items, as well as putting in armor plates in your artifact slot, just like Anomaly, which is a welcomed addition because all the artifacts mostly have downsides to them. Another mod I highly recommend, but may be making my mutants turn different colors every once in a while, which I don't know exactly what mod is doing this to my game, but I guess to say that this will be the one because it involves mutants. But this mod does exactly what it says in the description. It makes mutants drop loot, which is like skinning them in the Anomaly and stuff like that, making it a little bit more worth it to waste some of your ammo on killing mutants. Which there is no cool skinning animation yet, but I'm sure that's coming in the future. Another mod adds a crap ton more items to the game called Project Itemization. It makes it so there's a bunch of random loot that you can find on dead bodies or stashes. Some of it's completely useless junk, and some of it is actually worth some good money. And this can make you loot goblins just a little bit more immersed in the game. There's even a mod for faction patches, which is conveniently called Faction Patch. This mod makes it so whenever you take out a Stalker or find a Stalker's body, you'll be able to see what faction he's part of and be able to loot his faction patch. You can either keep this as a trophy or sell them. Hopefully soon we'll be able to have mods that add some more like barkeep missions where we can collect a certain amount of patches and get money for it. Kind of like Anomaly and other similar mod packs. Another mod that is a feature that might be added into the game later, I know that they're discussing possibly improving the flashlight, maybe adding night vision in the future, and that is the flashlight customizer. You can completely customize the flashlight with this mod, making the light actually cast a shadow like it should. You know, kind of like it did in Shadow of Chernobyl 17 years ago. To get this mod to work, you also need to have the simple ModLoader and console enabler mod installed as well. This is also another feature of why I have no idea why they wouldn't have this in the game, especially at launch in 2025. A couple of bonus miscellaneous ones real quick for you guys. Jake's Longer Days does exactly what it says it does. It makes the days longer, the nights longer. It's customizable so you can do exactly what you want to. As well as Longer Sprinting. This one is also customizable. You can check the percentage of what you want your stamina to be at. So I do 25% extra stamina. Well, that's just about enough yapping from me. I will see you in the next one. And let me know down in the comments if you want me to make an installation guide.